Institute UK has joined us on behalf of Workscreen and would like to speak to all our distinguished guests.
Medical profession. I am Aftab, medically doctor, and I did my master's in public health and also in MBA in marketing and some clinical research also. I did know that. And I have extensive experience of pharmaceutical industry as a different head of functions. Currently, I am serving as a head of regulatory affairs and medical affairs in a multinational company of Care Pharmaceutical. It's a German-based company. And I have extensive experience of more than 20 years of that. Today, the topic which I am going to tell about the good documentation practice. It's a very vital and very important function in every industry. It's not related to the pharma industry, but as I just saw the agenda of that, there is a whole host of life which is sitting over here. The good documentation practice is a very necessity and play a very vital role in the segment of the development and also to save the skin of your higher-ups and the function we are doing on that. So with the, I have a few slides for that to engage yourself. If you have any question, any comments, you can please raise your hand and you can just come in during the presentation. It's not necessary that I have to complete first, then go for the questions because of the benefit of the time, because a lot of other speakers also in the queue to present over here. So I will not take so much of your time on that. But I am trying to touch base about the good documentation practice. What is good documentation practice? You know, everyone. If anything which you are on the writing and you are just doing on anything, any processes, you have to write down on that. If you are unable to write correctly, it will not save your skin. Inform meaningful data, and it's supporting the medium in the form of CDs, computer files, microfilms, X-ray films, or anything which you have just done in your lab or in your functions. You have to document everything. We follow the 4I principle on everything, and it is good to save your documents. If you don't follow the 4I principle, there might be some happening mistakes on that. The purpose of documentation, why are we need a purpose of documentation on that? To provide a basic guide for the good documentation practice with regard of the creation, approvals, renewals, maintenance, a lot of things which you may have covered on that. To improve the performance and the regulatory requirements. Sometimes what happens, when you come across with the regulatory affairs or in the health authorities or any form of government, you need to be very clear documentation on that. Otherwise, it will backfire to you. So you have to make them very legible and very right over here, because you know very well about what type of documentation related to your function of that. Because in pharma industry, you have a lot of documentation we have to check, and we have to keep record of all the batch sizes, all the manufacturing processes, all the SOPs, so we have to follow on that. As a multinational company, we have very stringent things to comply on that. Otherwise, our company as a whole, or in the regulators, in the health authorities can also hold our neck. Few features of the good documentation is here, written over here. I would like to highlight a few things over here, like legible. Everyone should be able to read what is written over there. Sometimes what happens in email or in documentation, the font is very small. One cannot read on that. If one cannot read, how can he react on that? So should be the legible font of that, or if you're writing on your handwriting, it should be very clear on it. Concise. The concise text would be beneficial for the readers. If you have very extensive documents, no one can read on that because everybody has a hurry, so they want to read the crust of your text. Traceability. If you want to trace your document after a few years, a few months, a few weeks, you can trace it easily. Now the era is electronic era. You have to keep your all documents electronically, but right now you also keep some documentation on physical archiving. So if the documentation is not traceable easily, it will be make you problem in the future. These are also some features on the process of documentation in the industry. If you go one by one, the document creation and approval, every document needs some approval. If you are a manager, or you are a CEO, or you are MD, so you have to take the approval from your higher ups. If the approval is not there, the document will not legally approved for the outside your department or outside your industry. So you have to legalize or you have to approve your documents. What errors we did in common errors. That every time we are writing the dates, sometimes what we did, we cannot write the dates on a proper way. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हम जो डेट्स लिखने जा रहे होते हैं तो हम उसका मंथ भूल जाते हैं. ब्रिटिश या अमेरिकन उसमें भी डिफरेंट होता है. वो पहले मंथ लिखते हैं, उसके बाद डे लिखते हैं, उसके बाद ईयर लिखते हैं. हमारे यहाँ पर पहले हम डे लिखते हैं, फिर मंथ लिखते हैं, देन ईयर लिखते हैं. समटाइम व्हाट हैपेंड दैट लाइक 2022 चल रहा है, तो हम क्या करते हैं कि उसको हम खाली 2022 कर देते हैं. खाली हम 20 नहीं लिखते, पूरा लिख पाते हैं. कभी हम उसमें मंथ लिखते हैं, लाइक जनवरी इज देयर, so we are just going, today is 16-January-2022. This is the right way to write the date. Or if you don't mind to write the month, you have to write down the number of the date. 16-12-2022. So this is the right way. Sometimes what happens in hurry, you just write down the date but not properly. So it will backfire you. Sometimes what happens if you want to cut down your writing, you just give a whole, you have to mask them the whole mistake which you did on that. This is not the right way. You have to cut so someone can see that what is the wrong thing. Now you write the correct thing or in nearby or that. So he can also imagine that this is the wrong word, this is the right one. So these are some few correction or errors during the documentation. We can just go on that. Sometimes we use the ink which is vanished for the passage of time. You have to use the inks proper, which will not vanish after 10 years, 15 years. जब हम अपने स्कूल में एग्जाम देते थे तो उस वक्त भी हमें ये बताया जाता था कि अपने जो एग्जामिनेशन पेपर होता है उसमें कभी ओवरराइट ना करें. वो अभी तक हमें याद है. And we learn from there that we cannot overwrite our text. This is a good documentation practice. If you overwrite your text, it is not good. You have to rebuild or you have to vanish or you have to just remove holes so one cannot confuse that what you are writing over there. So in the end, what are the benefits of good documentation practice? So this down, I'm not reading each and every of that. You also realize that in my talk, that what are the benefits of good documentation? The good documentation is a process which can save you in your company and it will save your company in the eyes of regulators, in the eyes of your customer, in the eyes of your buyer. So if there is any mistakes happen in the good documentation, it will backfire to you. Like very slang thing I am just quoting over here. एक उर्दू का लफ्ज है जिसको हम अक्सर बोलते हैं. सिर्फ एक छोटे से कॉमे की वजह से उसका जो है उसका मतलब चेंज हो जाता है. मिसाल के तौर पर मैं आपसे कहता हूँ कि किसी से अगर मैं मुखातिब होता हूँ, कहता हूँ उठ मत बैठ, मैंने कॉमा लगाया उठ मत बैठ. अब मैंने तो चेंज किया उठ मत बैठ, जुमला वही रहा, मैंने कॉमा यहाँ से उठा के इधर लगा दिया, पूरा मतलब ही चेंज हो गया. तो गुड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में आपको ये चीज पावर करना पड़ती है कि आप जो चीज लिख रहे हैं कहाँ आपने कॉमा लगाना है, कहाँ स्टॉप लगाना है, कहाँ क्वेश्चन मार्क लगाना है. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ गुड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन प्रैक्टिस. उठ मत बैठ, उठ मत बैठ, दोनों का मतलब ही चेंज हो जाता है. So with this, I will not take so much of your time, and thank you very much for your attention. If you have any query about it, please do let me know.